Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
So, slight different arrangement this time. We're going to do a brief description of what everyone did before the intro, because the action is going to start
right off
immediately after the intro.
Jeez.
Oh, we're going right into combat. Oh, that's lovely.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, so about 3 days have passed since our last escapade. What is your brief description of what your characters have been doing this time? I can start. I actually had the thought, Caitlin, that Joan might have reached out to Elianna to hang out more some point during that time.
When does he reach out?
Not the next day, but the day after that, probably.
Okay, good. That's
second day.
Okay. Yeah, Elianna takes a day to make some adjustments, and then she starts looking into possibilities for what could be behind the horrifying rose stuff.
Has she had any progress with that?
I don't know. Has she?
Let's find out.
She Googled some stuff, and that was largely unproductive. She found a weird episode of a weird TV show about aliens. And
she's making a Torchwood reference, Nathaniel.
And then she don't see it. She calls, and then she tries to contact her friend. She tries to contact Darcy.
Her mentor?
Ooh.
Her mentor, yes. And I don't know if Darcy had anything useful.
Darcy would have answered, but they wouldn't have had anything particularly helpful to say on the subject.
Elianna doesn't tell Darcy that she got involved in these things.
Okay.
She doesn't give them any more details than she feels they need to know for trying to figure out what the heck might be behind this. But yeah, so, I mean, if she gets a message from Joan, she'd hang out, I guess.
Aside from, I guess, this girls' night out, Joan has an actual job, unlike most of you slackers.
Wow.
Slackers.
Excuse
All right,
me?
I see how it is. We'll get onto this real soon. Just go ahead. Keep going. Continue.
Yeah.
I said most of you slackers. I'm aware Cayden has a job. It's an unpaid job, but it's a job.
Joan is the only one who has to fill out a W-2.
Joan is the only one who has hours she has to maintain.
Yeah.
Correct. That
I
is
guess
correct.
Voltaire technically has a job too, but he doesn't have to go into the office and clock in.
No. And I get paid lavishly every time I do what I do.
It's
Whereas
true.
Joan, she has to clock in. She has hours.
Rian, we travel everywhere to find work.
Yeah, you guys are freelancers.
Though it's a little bit easier because Cayden does bounty hunting for humans as well, so he does have to pay taxes of some degree. Mainly, it's probably taken straight from the actual reward or whatever, but we won't talk about such things.
So what about the rest of you folks?
Rian has just spent this time a couple miles outside of the city just camping out, actually.
Okay.
So after the whole ordeal of last session, Voltaire went home, got very, very drunk. Celebrate the fact that he had 300 years back. And then he would probably go and buy a new suit the next day. And then he'd leave a gift basket outside Elianna's place.
Aww.
Oh,
With really expensive wine and maybe some French chocolates or something.
Ooh, she loves chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Rian would have returned
He would know that.
Voltaire's suit back to him and collected his stuff. His shawl is in one piece, right?
Yes, although it is shockingly clean.
Not quite as clean as Nicodemus's ties, or not Nicodemus. That's the character I knocked him off of.
Not as clean as the big boss's ties.
Probably cleaner.
It's cleaner. It's cleaner than it's been in probably years.
Zayla, that was his name.
And that's what he's done.
So that's
All right.
what Cayden been up to.
he probably would have returned the suit the night of, because everyone went to the solstice. They had basic small drinking party. He would have at least followed and went back to Voltaire's penthouse to get his clothes and give back the suit, and probably just find the closest motel and hole up there. Then the next day he would have tried to find Rian, since Rian didn't come with us, and he'd probably spend maybe a day with Rian, just trying to ask him a couple things and just see how he's doing, I guess. And then he'd explain to Rian that he's most likely just going to move on to another city again.
And then be called back again.
Unless someone tried to stop him. He'd at least inform more people, since apparently he might get called again. He'd at least probably tell Voltaire when he's sober, like over phone or something.
Does Voltaire actually get drunk, being what he is?
Yeah, he can get drunk.
Can he? All right, I wasn't sure if that was even physically possible.
Blindingly.
Blindingly drunk. Hey,
I can't imagine.
I take offense to that.
Unique physiology does not protect him from inebriation.
Thank goodness.
Let's choose not to use the term blinding drunk anymore. I think that's
Oh no, I chose that specifically.
I knew it. Of course you did.
Hey, you have a choice. Cayden has a choice. He doesn't have to be blind all the time.
He could be deaf.
That's fair.
It's true. He just can't choose to not be handicapped, basically. So that's the real kicker.
You can just
Yes, it is different.
pick which kind.
Anyway, back to business.
Straight back to the
Yeah,
point.
back to business. If you told Voltaire, he'd probably say something along the lines of, "If you're going to look for some work, you might consider sticking around here. By the sounds of it, things might be getting interesting."
Well, interesting doesn't exactly pay the bills. So unless there's,
I will happily pay you.
there'd be a slight pause of like a contemplative thought, and then it'd follow with a how much.
How much? Double your going rate.
All right, I'll stay.
Nice.
He doesn't have a going rate, so he could literally say whatever he wants.
Voltaire doesn't know that, though.
I know.
Voltaire's half as rich as God.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
I think Voltaire's willing to go sacrilegious. It's fine. It's probably true.
Voltaire worships a very different entity.
His entire existence is one gigantic sacrilege.
It's true. Very true. That's
Kind
why
of
he's
what
totally
he
fine with
does.
saying, all right, he'll stay.
All right, where is he staying? What kind of place is he staying at?
He wouldn't want to crowd in on Rian's camp, so he'll probably just go back to the motel he probably bought to spend the night after the whole ordeal or whatever, the whole last session. Most likely he's there.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Ready for what?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
Freaky vampire fairies, year-snatching half-djinn gamblers, rose bushes sprouting out of the mouths of people who say too much. Something is happening in Las Vegas. Someone is pulling at the threads that hold together the fragile peace that the supernatural factions in the city have maintained for decades. None of the factions like any of the others, or want them around. But none of them have been willing to rock the boat and risk losing what hold they have on the city, until now. But with each public murder, each thread pulled, our little gang of almost heroes has come to put a stop to it. And she has had enough of that. This wasn't the sort of place she had expected to meet her next employer. She accepted contracts from men in penthouse suites and business suits, demons in pits of damned souls, and almost everything in between. But Fairyland, that was new. Don't your kind usually like to keep things in-house? She asked. Usually, yes, the she-woman agreed with a soft smile. I would really much rather not deal with any of this unfortunate business. But these are difficult times. Her eyes were sad, not something the assassin often saw in her employers. We all must make painful choices. So, can you do it? The assassin grinned. Oh, with pleasure. That's right, the she-woman realized. You have a history with one of them, do you not? The assassin smirked, thinking back on their previous encounter. You could say that. All right. Cayden is sleeping when some noise wakes you.
Okay.
What do you do when you wake up?
Well, what did the noise sound like? Could I tell what that was?
Not while you were asleep. It's
Okay.
just enough to wake you up.
He's gonna be making a perception check while slowly moving his hand under his pillow where he keeps his pistol.
All right, so you hear a shuffle, and you smell a strange mix of wolf, bear, cougar, and human, along with some strange foul smell, something not right. You also smell adrenaline, excitement. All right, took too long. This thing leaps.
Okay. Do I get to perform a vigilance check then?
Yep.
Okay. 2 yellow and 2 blue die.
Not your best roll, friend.
Ooh.
I probably would make sense.
This shape leaps at you. Do you have anything that would make this harder?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
I swear if it's what I think.
Well, you're a very lucky man.
That's more or less what's kept this person alive.
Okay, so this thing leaps at you, and you roll in the sheets just enough for this thing's claws to graze right past your back. Past.
All right.
You can feel the air from their passage, right? Like as the claws are like half a millimeter from your spine.
All right. He was already reaching for his gun, so we'll say that it's in his hand as he rolls out of bed. Sadly, though, actually, no, I hadn't actually ever thought of this. If he actually sleeps with his goggles on or not.
Does he?
He probably does, so he doesn't wake up to Payne. He's going to be moving. Well, he's going to make a quick... Well, he knows more or less the dimensions of this room by now. He's going to make his way towards one of his suitcases while turning and aiming and shooting towards the bed and where he thinks this thing currently is.
What's your range light?
3 and 4.
Dang.
All right, you're going to take one strain. This is a stressful situation.
Fair enough. Very fair.
But you hear the boom, I don't know how to actually simulate a bullet sound with my mouth.
That's the best I can do.
Anyways, whatever the noise is.
Here we are.
And it hits 3 solid shots on the center of mass, and it elicits no reaction.
That's not good.
Or sorry, what were you shooting it with specifically?
What would have
I
been in there?
I could only justify it actually having silver in there unless we spend a story point. Other than that, it most likely would have just regular bullets, if we're being truly honest.
Okay, has no effect.
Yep, thought so.
It just spins around, ignoring the bullets, and is going to come at you again. So first, what are your maneuvers? Your action was to shoot.
One was moving towards his suitcase. The other one, could we use to have him reach in the suitcase for something? Or is that more of an incidental?
Suitcase already open?
No.
Then you'd probably have to use a maneuver to get the suitcase open.
All right, yeah. I'll use the other maneuver for that then.
That's 2 more strain on his end, right?
Yep.
It's already a stressful situation. Just got to take what we can.
Yep.
All right, this thing's coming at you again. Also, I've so now that you've been attacked by this thing, you need to make a fear check.
Is that purely its just its presence, or is because I can't technically see it?
Well, you can't see it, but this thing reeks of predator and death and wrongness.
Okay, fair enough.
And it also you can tell from its sound that this is a large predatory creature of some variety. And you just heard it take multiple gunshot wounds to center mass with no
Fair.
effect.
3 in skill, 2 in willpower.
Okay. No other benefits?
Not currently, no.
Okay. All right, been a while since we've had to pull out the fear rules.
Oh, come on.
You flee in terror.
Really? That's how bad it was?
Cayden?
Flee?
You were
You
asleep.
talking about the same guy here.
Yes.
Yeah, you're scared. You shot this thing with multiple bullets, and there's something wrong about this thing. When it smells your fear, its growls get louder, its smell gets stronger, as if there's suddenly more of it here. You failed with threats,
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not happy.
so your instincts take over, and you're booking it.
It's called fight or flight. You chose fight.
However, could I justify... Okay, since I used the other maneuver to open the suitcase, can I use the quick draw incidental to withdraw the silver half of his cane? And that he's bringing it with him as he's running.
Okay. Yeah, so you are now booking it. But this thing is not just leaving you that easily. So it's swinging at you again. And man, you are a lucky man.
I don't feel like one.
It rolled 3 blanks on its yellow dice. So you ran out, slammed the door behind you, got out of the way, and this thing crashed through the door.
So with fleeing in terror, does that mean I naturally have to find ways in which to get away from this situation? Or was that just for the initial right then?
It's your next turn, so that's right now. So you have to spend your action and your maneuvers just running.
Just running. Okay, thank you. That's
Your next
slightly
turn, you can try other things. So 1 maneuver to get out of the motel room, and then what direction are you running before you get control of yourself again?
What time of day is it? Like how early? Like is it middle of the night? Like where are we?
2?
2 a.m.?
Yeah.
All of this I hate. Okay. He's going to be running towards the closest street, especially the one that's the biggest.
All right, so you would still be in the motel parking lot at this point. Okay. Then it's its turn again. This time it hits you.
Yeah.
So this thing runs and it slashes you across the back, dealing a total of 10 damage.
Certainly not the best, but okay.
What's his soak right now?
Well, he's most likely in either just underwear or pajamas of some kind. So he certainly doesn't have anything like the
He's got
ride vest on. He's basically just has semi-clothes, so his soak is only 3 currently. 3 is definitely not the best soak. Let's all
It
agree
could
with
be
that.
worse. I have
Better
2
than
soaks.
those.
True, it could be worse.
It definitely could be worse.
The sting of the hit, I guess, is what kind of shocks you back to thinking clearly. What do you do next?
Is it currently engaged with him?
Yes.
Now we're going to swing at him then with the silver sword cane.
All right, melee.
Not as good as the last one. 1 yellow, 2 green, and I would like to spend a story point.
All right, flip it.
Flip it.
Flip it
And
back.
we'll take a maneuver to aim in this case.
You cannot aim with a melee weapon.
It's technically the fact, it might just be for narrative flair. It's the sake that, like, he is still technically blind, so he has to get a better judge of exactly where it is.
Yeah, I've read in the core rulebook you can aim with a melee weapon.
I guess you can. All right, so you hit it, and your blade bounces off.
What is
And
this?
you just hear a low rumbling laugh in its throat.
I despise all of this. Goodness me. Okay, we're going to spend both maneuvers to continue running towards the street. Then.
You already used one for the aim maneuver. remember?
Correct. I'll use 1 to move towards the street again.
All right, you run out into the street, and because this is Las Vegas, there are cars going past on both sides of the street, and your assailant does not follow you out into the street.
I'm going to make another perception check to just kind of to try to find where it currently is.
Ooh, try it. So, yeah, it is hiding close to the building. You can guess that it's probably in the shadow of the building, out of the street lights. You can tell where the street lights are by you can hear their hum. So this thing is out of the street lights. It is basically right outside of where it could be seen. It's staying away from where it could be seen by people. But it's still very close, just waiting for you. That, foul smell from before you recognize that as black magic, like the blackest of magic.
Lovely. Okay. Well, on that discovery, Cayden will curse under his breath, insert any number of profanities here. So there's still cars going on either side of him, correct?
Yeah.
Is it a lot of cars? Is it fairly busy even at 2 a.m.?
Like, it's not like the street's clogged or anything, but like every so often a car will pass going either direction.
But it's still Las Vegas.
It's still Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Las Vegas is one of various cities that can claim the title of the city that never sleeps. I think New York is the one with that official
New
title.
York,
But
yeah.
It's true. New York
Las
is the one
Vegas
that-
can also easily claim that title.
Okay.
Or I guess more accurately, it's the city that sleeps in the daytime. Vegas is most alive at night.
Out of curiosity, has anyone said any of their like last names like in front of other party members before?
I don't believe so.
No.
It's currently frustrating to Cayden.
Elianna has.
Elianna has?
Mm-hmm. When you took Rian to Dr. Rodriguez, she told the desk lady that Ellie Connors was there to see Dr. Rodriguez.
Are there like payphones out just in the streets of Vegas? I don't know. Again, Cayden's also not alone.
No payphones.
No payphones?
What century are you
When
living in?
When was the
Nathaniel?
last time you saw a payphone?
Post office back home.
When?
Like 3 months ago.
Apparently, Nathaniel's town is what lives in last century.
Apparently.
All right. Then, if that be the case, he's gonna try to make his way to the other side of the street, towards other street lights, while also attempting to flag a person or some car down.
Okay, you're gonna have to make a perception check
Mhm.
to not be hit by a car.
That's fine, and that makes sense.
Because
Well, I mean,
in Vegas, the drivers don't stop.
when you take into consideration the alternative he's facing,
Yeah, I'm not saying he shouldn't do this thing. I'm just saying make a perception check.
Yeah.
And he'll do it.
He's
Minus
got a
the
great
light.
perception. He probably. Okay, yeah.
My luck's just getting better and better. Oh, what a great start to this session.
All right, so you do go out and like get right past a car. You get someone like shouting out their window at you.
If they yelled at him, he'll raise a finger in their direction.
Alrighty.
yeah.
Getting into the Vegas spirit, I see.
In their general direction.
I don't know if anyone would like if you tried to flag people down. I don't know if anyone would.
And let us take a moment to take stock of the situation. You are currently in your pajamas. You are maimed in the back. You have a gross, nasty wound on your back.
Big old
Are
goggles on your
you
face.
currently carrying a sword and or a pistol?
Oh, he's carrying both currently, yes.
You know,
I wouldn't stop either.
I'm just saying. You look kind of nutso.
Okay, I'll give you a bit of a bone. So there is a gas station right near your motel.
He's going to make his way over towards the gas station then.
Yeah.
Keeping to the light of the street lamps. If there's a bush of some kind, he's going to leave his sword cane in there and then put his gun in a semi-hidden place.
Probably not a bush, but there might be large boulders along the side of the road mixed in with the little rocks. Vegas has little unless it's planted there on purpose. There's probably not a bush.
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
Shrubbery, it is lacking.
Lacking. I understand.
Actually, typically this part of town, there'd probably be a chain link fence between like the sidewalk that you're walking down and like a random patch of desert because we'll have patches of desert in the middle of the city for some reason. Just land no one decided to build anything on yet.
All right. I guess he'll make use of one of the boulders to attempt to hide his sword cane as he's approaching the gas station. It's just like on his way.
Yeah, so go to the gas station. A guy just like stares at you in shock as you can like feel his eyes on you as you walk by. He's like just filling up his car. What on earth?
He'll make a quick howdy.
I think he uses a bit more
Colorful
language. What's
There'll be a quick howdy towards the man, not looking though, just as he makes his way into the gas station.
Yeah, the cashier at the gas station is just like looking at his phone and he looks up and he's like, "Whoa, What happened to you, man?
You know, it's Vegas. It's always a rough night here or there. Can I borrow your phone for like 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Don't
You're
worry.
gonna have to make a check of some kind. This guy's looking at you a little offish. You're gonna have to have some way to convince him. He was about to give it, and then he was like, pulled it back, and
Pull out some of that southern charm.
In some cases, that'd be great. We're gonna make a coercion check.
Now you're thinking more like Voltaire.
He's gonna sigh very deeply, and he's gonna be like, "Can he tell? It's a guy. Can he tell how old he is at all? Like, does he sound young?"
Oh yeah, he sounds young. Sounds like this, probably like a 20-something-year-old just doing this job because he can't get anything else.
Look, son, I've had not currently the worst night of my life, but it's starting to get in that direction. And if you don't hand over that phone, I'm gonna make sure that this turns into your worst night as well.
Ooh! All right, coercion.
2 and 3 with 1 blue die with sense of motion.
Nice. Triumph. Well, okay, man. Just give it back after, okay?
He'll make a quick clicking sound to gauge exactly where the phone is, and he'll just thank you kindly.
Yeah, whatever, man.
He's gonna try to use. There's not video. It's so hard to use a phone. All right.
It has the feel of a smartphone.
Okay, he can work with that. He's gonna attempt to open it. Is there a password?
Yeah.
He's gonna pause, sigh again, and just show in his direction that it needs to be unlocked.
Okay. Puts in the code.
Okay. He's gonna attempt to call the operator, I guess. An operator. We can still do that, correct?
Can we? I've never
I
tried
think so.
Technically, the service is still available.
Really?
All right.
It's a seldom used one.
Look, I'm just gonna say what he's gonna try to do. He doesn't actually know any of y'all's numbers. It's on his phone. He can just ask Siri to do it for him. He's just trying to make the best of a situation, and he's attempting to try to call Elianna Connors.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
Is that something that the operator would have?
I mean, it would have Elianna Connors listed as like her dad's home phone number, probably.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Oh gosh, there must be.
I mean, he doesn't know that though, so like.
How many options does he have? He can't call 911. Just be like, oh yeah, there's a John Wolf to call me, and the cops. It just.
Elianna's not exactly the most combat-ready member of the party.
But she has
True.
everyone else's phone numbers.
True, but so does everyone else in the party.
Yeah.
He could try to contact the Solstice to get Joan, but that also depends on if she's actually working at the Solstice at this moment.
Hold on, wait. Was his first thought to call Elianna though?
If his first thought is to call Elianna, then that's what you should do.
It was that first.
Okay.
Do it.
Contacting the operator, I guess. Pressing 0 multiple
What's
times.
Elianna's dad name again?
Oh shoot. I didn't give him a first name. His name is
Mr. Connors.
I'll
Gregory.
All right.
Does that work?
All right. Are you sure on that? I can leave it with the. I can leave that absent for now.
Leave it absent. I'm gonna find something better.
All right. So the phone goes to voicemail, and you hear an unfamiliar male voice say, "This is the Connors residence. Leave your message."
He'd hang up at that. He'll move on to the next plan, which would be to try to contact Joan then. But the only way to do that would also be through operator and be like, "Can you contact the Solstice, please?"
All right. Yeah, to contact the Solstice. Hi, this is the Solstice. What can I do for you?
Hi, could you put me in contact with Joan?
Joan, someone's on the phone for you.
Cayden is tapping his feet and breathing heavily.
Yeah, in the background, there's the sounds of music and dancing and stuff.
Did I ever say how
Murmur
much I am
conversation.
enjoying this right now?
Can I tell you how much I'm not enjoying this?
Hello?
Hi, Joan. It's Cayden.
Hi. What do you want? Why are you calling me like this?
Look, there ain't many options around here. Plus, you probably don't have your phone on you. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I need a little bit of assistance right now. With the fact that I was just attacked by some dark magic piece of wolf of some kind.
A dark magic piece of wolf. That's interesting.
Well, I'm glad you find it interesting. I find it painful, to be truly honest.
All right, I'll help you out. You owe me one, though.
I think I can take that.
Where are you?
He'll describe this gas station that was near his motel.
There's a lot of gas stations in this city. A lot of them by that exact same company.
He's going to put the phone down, turn towards the attendant. What street is this?
He says the street name. I'm not going to try to look it up.
Cayden will repeat the street name.
All right. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Thank you kindly.
The others too, if any of them are awake right now.
That'd be good. Thank you.
All right, she hangs up. She texts the group chat. Cayden attacked by something in over his head. Anyone awake?
What time is it?
Little past 2 a.m. now.
Rian's phone would be high ringtone right now, so he'd probably wake up to receiving the text, see it, and then get in his truck and drive back into town.
Yeah, I think she'd also send the address after that.
He'd bring out a map because he's old school.
A map of Las Vegas, like a physical one?
Yes.
I love that.
How recent is that map?
Do they make those
Because
anymore?
You can get those
I'm
in
pretty
gas
sure
stations.
they do.
He picked it up when he first came in.
Okay. You're going to need either a very, very large map or a bunch of smaller maps.
He probably would have gone for the bunch of smaller maps. Actually,
Okay.
a little more.
So, like,
useful.
he probably got in his truck and started it to just start racing towards Cayden, but then realized he had to stop, and then he stops and takes out this gigantic map, and then starts combing over it so he knows which streets to go on, and he, marks his path. And he's like, okay. And then as soon as he plots out.
He's got one hand on the stick shift, one hand on the wheel, and the map taking up half of his windshield.
Pretty much.
This is glorious. I love it.
Oh, man.
Rian's on his way either way.
All right.
What about Voltaire and Elianna?
I think Voltaire would have spent a night on the town, so he probably would. Oh, I know what he's doing. He's moonlighting. He's moonlighting in his favorite blues club.
Ooh. I like it.
Yes, he's moonlighting in his favorite blues club.
For a moment, I thought you meant that for Cayden. Wait, what?
So he'll get the text in a break between sets, and this is not going to end well. But luckily, he carries his bag of holding on his person at all times, in all places, in all situations.
What does he play?
Tenor sax.
Yeah, boy.
Nice. Wait, what does his bag of holding look like?
It's
a fanny pack.
Question.
No.
I know. That's opposite of fashion. So
he would have it as a double pocket, so it would fit in the inside pocket of his suit jacket.
Ooh,
that's genius.
So he just puts a saxophone in his coat.
He'd go backstage, he'd put the saxophone in his case, and then they would see this very, very odd scene of him shoving a tenor saxophone in the pocket of his suit jacket.
That's amazing. I love that.
Nice.
Yes!
I love that.
Why did I not think of this beforehand?
This has so far been one of the best sessions yet.
Excellent.
Okay.
So Elianna, is she awake?
What exactly did the text say?
Cayden attacked in over his head.
Anyone awake?
Yes. Would she be awake at this hour?
Yes. She's getting ready for bed after being out on business.
Business.
Business or pleasure? Which is it?
All right. She'll come just to see if he's alive.
That's kind. That's kind.
All right, so now this is driving checks.
Voltaire doesn't drive himself.
True, you'd have your driver's driving check. That's going to be better than Joan's because Joan has 2 agility and no ranks in driving. But this is just going to see how fast you can get there. Do you have any ranks in driving?
No, but I have 3.
You have a truck and you don't have any ranks in driving?
I didn't think it would be.
What's the matter with you? Where's Rian from?
Oklahoma?
Okay, we can justify that.
Yeah, thank you.
The city traffic.
Your driver, I'd say, probably has 2 agility and 2 ranks in driving.
I'm okay with that.
That's justified.
Wow. Your driver's good, apparently. You just got to triumph.
Dang, all right.
Older drivers.
Does Elianna have a driver, or is she driving herself? Or no, she's got her self-driving car.
She does, but she also has 2 yellow if that would be faster.
Yeah, your self-driving car only has... It's not good at going fast.
Gotcha. She'll drive it.
Get there first.
Okay, so, actually, first we're going back to the gas station.
Yeah, he'll give back the phone.
So are you hanging out in the gas station?
He doesn't have his wallet on him. He'll attempt to persuade if there's some form of bandages, I guess, of some kind in the gas station. He'll at least ask if he can borrow some. Don't worry, he's good for it, kind of.
I think the guy would let you at this point. He's just like, yeah.
I mean, this guy's on the verge of peeing himself. I'm pretty sure he would give you the shirt that he's wearing just to get rid of you.
Okay, so you want to make medicine check on yourself?
Yeah, it was gonna be hard regardless, but yeah.
You're gonna get 2 black die due to the fact that he's doing it on himself. 2 black die due to the fact that he's blind. What's your wound threshold?
13.
7 out of 13. That's just over. That's a 2 difficulty. What's your medicine?
2 green.
Nice.
You gotta do what you can.
You fail.
Yeah, I'll just say that the reason is also the wound is on his back. How awkward is this whole encounter anyway?
That's hard to do when you can actually see.
Yeah. True. While you're struggling with that, suddenly the window behind the cash register shatters.
Oh, no.
And a massive, pungent shape crashes through, and you hear the screams of the cashier and the sound of tearing flesh.
Ah, hell.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's a goner.
Shoot.
His name was Larry.
And then something lands with a wet plop by your feet. With a distinct smell of blood.
Lovely.
Love it. Here for it. All day.
Yes to all of these things. Sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. He is not equipped. He's still hurting.
Oh, most intense.
He doesn't know how far away everyone is. Okay.
Run?
We're making our way back to the street. Yeah, there's running. It's running.
Okay, so you run back out in the street. This is right when a limo.
Yeah, he wasn't planning on anything.
Okay.
So he just has a really skillful limo driver.
Yeah, you gotta triumph. This guy has, so basically, on your way here, this guy's just been cutting and weaving through all the traffic.
In a limo.
In a limo. No less.
Dude. He's a limo driver for for the satanic mafia. He's gotta know his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he does.
So, you get out in the street just as this, to a stop. The door opens and Voltaire's just like, wow, you look like hell, get in.
Yeah, I've been to hell and back a few times. It's not ever a fun trip as he makes his way into the limo.
Oh, dear.
All right, and then so you're the first one in our group to actually see this thing.
Okay.
What is it?
So you see a massive bear charge out of the gas station, smashing through the doors and charging right towards your limo.
He's gonna simultaneously yell to the driver. He's just like, drive, and he's gonna draw his shotgun. Bam.
All right, ranged heavy.
Ranged heavy is 3, agility is 2, and specifically since all of the fairy crap's been going on, he would have had it loaded with cold iron.
Okay. All right, you hit, and it has no effect on the bear as it charges forwards. All right, but Your limo driver gets you out of there. Your car is faster than a bear.
Luckily.
And then you see, are you still looking?
My eyes are glued on this thing.
You see the bear shift as it transforms
into
an immense eagle.
Oh,
Immense, not bald eagle, like just a brown eagle.
This is bad. This is bad. This is.
Does he say this out loud?
Yes, you just hear him and he's just like, this is bad. This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Let me guess, it shifted, didn't it?
Yes.
What is it now? I don't remember smelling. Oh, I don't remember smelling that on him. That's certainly problematic. But okay. From
when your phone goes out because Rian's calling you now. Do you answer?
He'd probably throw the phone to Cayden.
Cayden struggles to catch it.
He doesn't even try to catch it. It basically just hits him. He's just like, oh.
Yes, he literally just throws it at your face.
Wow.
He would not have seen that coming, so he gets hit in the face with a phone.
Sorry.
All right. He like fumbles on the ground. He can at least sense the vibrations. Picks it up. He's like, hello?
Cayden, that you? I thought this was
Yeah.
Voltaire's number.
It is his number.
What's going on?
How far away are you from that gas station?
How far away am I?
10 minutes out.
About 10 minutes out. What's going on? Do I even see what's happening yet?
No.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes driving?
How bad do you think the traffic is?
Your
Hey,
age is away.
traffic can be that bad, but
Not tonight. Are you still at the station?
Oh, no. We're driving away from that right now. We're currently, Voltaire and I are being chased by a very nasty piece of work. Some kind of shifter that actually uses dark magic, which is why it probably can use multiple forms.
yeah, so that would be a knowledge supernatural or a knowledge forbidden, either or.
He was taking just a guess.
rank 3 intellect.
Nice. Do you have any of your silver weaponry with you at least?
Silver doesn't help.
Neither does iron.
Neither does regular stuff.
All right, yeah, you can tell what this is.
What is it?
This is a skinwalker.
No, please. No, please.
Oh,
I quit the podcast.
Oh, joy.
Goodbye.
Oh, my life is so happy right now.
We're dealing with a skinwalker.
A skinwalker.
Do you listen to the phone?
Bye.
Yeah, what does Voltaire? So you now have this information. What does Voltaire say?
He's as all of that's been happening, he's been getting out this just ridiculous rifle. He's been getting out his sniper. He's just swearing. He's just like, this is I know what this is.
What is it?
I believe the people around here call them skinwalkers.
There is an F-bomb dropped. Immediately following
An
that.
F-bomb is, ladies and gentlemen, an F-bomb is dropped.
Oh,
An F-bomb has been dropped. It is about to make contact.
do I know what can deal damage to this thing?
Do you say Skinwalker loud enough for Rian to hear over the phone?
He's spouting this.
Oh, Rian's like, damn it! Nothing can kill this thing except the only rare things. Dang it!
So
Rare thing.
Rian is
Rare thing.
aware of the. So yeah, you have the white ash.
Do you have any white ash on you?
Yes, let me just dig into my pockets and pull out a tree.
And I frequently hide pieces of tree up my butt crack because I'm currently still almost naked and really in pain.
Damn,
Tell me you have white ash on you.
Nothing you have is going to kill this thing. The only thing I can kill it is either white ash or yelling its true name at it for crying out loud, which I doubt either of you know.
Wait. Hold on. Nathaniel.
What?
When Cayden and he sat down and had that whole discussion in the backstory thing,
Yeah.
did he say that it was a skinwalker that had done
Yes,
certain things?
Yes, it was.
Cayden's gonna ask, he's like, wait, you dealt with a skinwalker in the past, right?
Yes.
What happened with that? Did you kill it?
White ash covered bullets, I believe, unless this thing is a different one or.
There's more than one skinwalker.
Okay, but chances of this being the same one is highly unlikely.
Because you're pretty sure you killed it.
Yes.
To clarify that fact.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure I did kill the darn thing when I did.
Well, for now, we will settle with shooting it in the head.
That isn't gonna do it.
It will make me feel better as he just
It'll make me feel better.
And take aim with the sniper.
All right.
So he's got rank 3, agility 2, and he's gonna use a maneuver to aim.
There's 2 maneuvers since you're in a car.
You fire and you miss. This thing just almost like casually just swoops out of the way of the shot, moving almost before you pull the trigger. Then your like driver is going to take a sharp turn and it knocks your gun out of the car.
Damn it all!
I just knew this was a skinwalker the moment you mentioned the multiple animals. I just knew it.
Driver, take us to the strip.
Yes, sir. Then a little bit you get a text like, at gas station, what happened?
Oh,
Who's this from?
Joan.
Oh, Joan.
Oh, this is from Joan?
When does Elianna get there?
So Joan shows up at the gas station, and then like 2 minutes behind her,
Rian
and Elianna show up at about the same time.
All right, Rian's still on the phone. He's just gonna roll down the window and be like, "They're under attack by a skinwalker, and we need to catch up to them now." Last I heard, he was yelling at his driver to go to the strip.
Is he still technically on the phone?
Yes.
So you had a good enough knowledge check that you know that while it can't kill it, magic can hurt a skinwalker.
Okay. Magic on the strip. We need Joan, and we need her now.
Joan,
Magic.
You're needed. Voltaire says magic can wound this thing at the very least.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
At least one of you. Find something we can do to kill it. It's weak to white ash. I don't know where you're going to find that. But...
Oh, yeah. He's going to also ask Joan, where can we get a bunch of white ash?
I don't know.
He's like, not the tree, like ash from a fire. White ash.
Burn something? Okay, I'm going to get in the car and try to help them.
There has to be a place that has trees that we can set on fire.
The place?
Where?
Is this Voltaire speaking?
Yes. There has to be a place on the strip that has something we can burn.
You probably know better than me, but I'm up for anything, really.
Okay, so you actually can no longer see the skinwalker. It has vanished into the night sky.
Oh, I do not like this. Driver, to the nearest place that has a bunch of flammable things.
Preferably wooden things.
Like, so Joan's now in her car trying to chase after you guys so she doesn't have Rian. Joan's going to try calling Voltaire.
I am not currently holding the phone.
Cayden, do you hang up on Rian?
Cayden, it'll indicate that there's another call coming. He could at least, feel that. He's like, I think someone else is calling. Gesturing it towards Voltaire.
Oh, yes, you kind of have no eyes at the moment.
Yes, at least not right now.
Oh, I've always hated these damned things.
You're telling me.
And he'd just fool around and he'd hang up on you. He's just like, you've served your purpose. And just,
Nice.
John, where are you?
I'm on my way. Can you send me your location so I can?
Yes.
Computing check?
He just starts pressing buttons. He's just like,
okay,
please.
Do you have a plan of some kind?
Find some place that's flammable, burn it to the ground. And
don't do that. That's not a good idea.
We need ash.
White ash.
So your plan is just find somewhere with flammable things and burn it to the ground, and hope some of the ash happens to be white.
Yes.
Okay. New plan.
I'm open for suggestions.
Okay, how bad are these things exactly? This is kind of outside of my wheelhouse.
The only thing that can kill this is white ash.
Or its true name.
Okay, besides the killing it, in the other forms, how scary is this thing?
Skinwalkers.
So
what's a skinwalker?
Skinwalkers are the worst kind of Native American witch.
Yes.
Through the use of the blackest magics, any skin that they wear becomes their own, whether it be animal skin or human skin. So they can disguise themselves as humans or turn into various animal shapes.
Okay. It is the nastiest Native American witch you have ever met.
And it's trying to kill us.
Yes.
Particularly
Or
Cayden.
at least Cayden. Frick.
We have faces.
I might have an idea.
I love it. What is it?
Cayden?
Yeah? I'm not gonna like this, am I?
You think this is something worth going to see Godmother?
Godmother?
Cayden, takes a very long, deep breath.
Yes. This is totally worth it.
I think maybe the better question is if you think it's worth it.
Is she planning on killing us?
That's
Not
a good
right now. At least I think not right now.
Joan just sighs and hangs up and then sends a text. We're going to my fairy godmother.
That is very unhelpful. Where are we going?
And then an address.
That's good. Trevor.
And it's the address to the Excalibur.
Oh.
Excalibur. Trevor. Excalibur. Now.
Hello, everyone. This is Caitlin, also known as Howie, your host of this podcast, at least of this little mid-roll segment, I think it's called. I know what I'm doing. And I hope you're having a wonderful time. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful week, a wonderful minute. I just hope things are going well for you in this moment at this time. And I hope you're really enjoying this episode. I feel like I'm gonna come on here every single week and say that this is one of my favorites, but this is one of my favorites. It just makes me smile, and I hope it's making you smile too. Producing this podcast is, I don't know, it's interesting. Because, we make the thing, we plan for it, we think about it, we play it out, we see what happens, we record that. Eventually, we edit it, and then send it out into the void. And then I go on to Anchor, which is the platform that we use to sort of auto-distribute episode updates to your favorite listening platform. And there's this part of the page that says total episode plays, and I get on every couple days and I see that little number go up, and it's really interesting because I know that there are people on the other end of those numbers, but I don't know who you are out there. Just a little, I don't know, it's like sending it out into space and getting a little signal back that you've got a friend out there somewhere in the void. It's just really interesting to me. And it sort of changed my perspective of how other people do these little middle of the episode intermission things. Because before I would hear people say, leave a rating, or leave a review, leave a comment, and it, it's just to be expected. It's promotional. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's, I don't know. I want to know who you are. I want to see you. And if you don't want to be seen, that's just fine. But I would love to hear from you. Maybe not even about the podcast. I just want to know who's out there, So if you'd like to be heard from, please leave a review on iTunes. Comment on one of the episodes we have posted on YouTube at the Genesys Archives channel. Find us on Tumblr at thegenesisarchives.tumblr.com, or maybe tweet at us at the Genesys Archives on Twitter, because we would really love to know who's behind the little number each week. We also have a Discord that you can join. You can find it through the pinned tweet on our Twitter. We'd love to see you there as well. Whether you say anything or not, we're so happy to have you here with us. Really, genuinely, thank you for being here. Now, I know that this episode is pretty action-packed, and you probably want to get back to it, so I'm going to stop waxing philosophical and hand you off to Jonathan for the mechanics moment.
Hello, everyone. I am your friendly, not so friendly GM, Jonathan. The reason for probably 90% of the tears you will cry throughout the course of this podcast, or at least I know that's been true for certain of my players. I will be taking over the mechanics moment for today. And today we are talking about heroic abilities. So heroic abilities are something in Genesys that were introduced in the Realms of Tyranoth sourcebook, which is a fantasy adventure book. But they've been so cool and useful that I've put them in basically all of my campaigns, including the Unseen World. So with the basics of a heroic ability has 3 parts. It has its ability effect. So what it does, its origin, or how your character came about this power, how they gained this ability, and then its ability name. Every unique and fancy special ability has a unique and fancy name. There are a bunch of different ability effects that you can have, and I'm not going to go through every single one of them because we'd be here all day. But we'll give an example with Paragon. That's a pretty all-around useful one, and one that we've had a few characters over the years with, and a couple characters in these campaigns have. Paragon basically means that your character is amazing at a particular thing. They are a paragon of this skill. You pick a skill of your choice, and you add the effect of Paragon to it. Every ability effect has a base version, an improved version, and a supreme version. For Paragon, the base is that you choose one skill, and while this ability is active, when you roll a check using that skill, but before you start tallying up the successes, advantages, etc., you remove one purple or difficulty die. So you roll the check and say you get 2 failures. One of the die sides has 2 failures. You can remove those 2 failures by just removing that singular die. The improved version is that you may, on top of removing a difficulty die, you may also remove a setback die. Supreme, instead of removing a difficulty die, you may instead remove a challenge die, which is especially nice because that means you could turn a despair into something much less deadly. Whenever using a heroic ability, typically you have to first spend 2 story points to do so. But as you go along through play, you can get what are called ability points. Basically, every 50 experience points beyond your starting experience, you get 1 ability point. These ability points can be spent to upgrade your heroic abilities effect. These include duration, where you increase the length, how many rounds your effect lasts, the frequency, or how many times you can activate your ability, because normally you can only do that once per session. And you can also reduce the number of story points that it takes from 2 to 1, making it less costly to use your heroic ability. There are also various secondary effects, like making it so your effect drains the energy from enemies around you or bolsters your allies. And of course, you can spend ability points to increase your base power by adding the improved or eventually supreme effects. And so eventually, as you continue playing and continue increasing your character's power, your heroic ability will increase in strength along with them and can become something truly epic. So with heroic ability origins, the Realms of Tyranoth book has various examples, but you aren't limited to following these examples. You can make up any that you want as your ability's origin. But some examples it gives are in your blood, like you are part of some ancient magical bloodline. Other examples include artifact of power. You have a magical item of some sort that gives you this ability. You have this legendary sword that when you let go of it, it will fly into battle on its own. And there's various additional things. You could have been blessed by a god or cursed by a demon. You could just be so skilled from your Batman style training, or you could be, if we're going to use superhero references, you could be an alien from another world or got crash landed here as a baby. And you could just be the chosen one. You could be the Buffy, Harry Potter. There's a bajillion other chosen ones. They all are skipping my mind right now. But you could be the chosen one, and that's how you got the special power. And then, of course, the name, well, the name doesn't need any examples. You make the name yourself. Don't be lazy. You have some creativity in there. I'm joking. Yeah, we'll use an example from the campaign. So Joan, she, I haven't actually used this yet. We'll see if I actually use it at any point. Joan's heroic ability is the Paragon effect, specifically for the deception skill. And her origin is her upbringing, how she was raised. And so the heroic ability name is tied to that. And that is heroic abilities.
Thank you so much for that, Jonathan. Without further ado, let's get back into the episode.
I'm just gonna follow Elianna in his truck because because you never know what you're gonna need.
Elianna gets the text and she just like sighs heavily. Like she's in pajamas. Like her hair was up. She was about to wash her. She's got full face of makeup. She was getting ready for bed. And now she's here and she doesn't know why she's here, but she's here.
Oh,
and now we're going to somewhere else.
I'm sorry that we inconvenienced you because it's not like, assassins are the most convenient people on the planet or anything.
This is...
Okay, so you two are lagging behind?
Of course we are.
Okay.
I mean, we're coming.
So this has been something slams into Rian's roof.
Oof!
And you see, talons through your roof.
Damn it! And he just jumps out of the truck.
You jump out of the
moving truck. Oh, sorry. I forgot we were moving.
We're driving, dude.
You're driving right now.
Sorry. My mind thought we were stopped.
No, this is a 45 mile an hour zone, which means you're driving.
This is stressful.
Which means you're driving at minimum 50 miles an hour.
It's called, this is stressful right now. My brain is thinking everything at once. I'm just saying.
Stressful, huh? I'm just conveying Cayden's salt at this moment, and I'm just feeling.
That is fair. I will not argue.
Cayden doesn't know any of this is happening.
Yeah,
I know, but I do. I need to convey his salt.
Okay.
No.
So there's two dents and talons through your roof.
Damn it! Not now. Not what I needed this night. Try and shake it off, I guess.
You're making a driving check to try to shake it off?
Oh, great.
Yes, flip of story point.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
That'll be versus this thing's athletics.
Of course it will be. No way he's going to be on the phone for this.
You've already been hung up. You'll have to get back on the phone.
Wow, okay. Yeah, you shake it off.
Woohoo!
You hear and then you hear a wolf's howl. And then as this thing clamps onto the back.
Clamps onto the tailgate?
Yep.
Did I roll a despair or a bunch of threats?
No, you rolled a triumph on getting it off. It's just
that's
the
only way. Easily. That is the only way you were able to get this off.
It's just not letting go of you that easily. Driving check if you want to keep it off again.
Dang it. Ooh.
And this time I'm flipping the story point.
Either way.
Strike that, reverse it.
I'm going to flip a story point. Then I'm going to use ready for anything to just flip that back to us.
Jonathan shakes his head.
I don't care.
You're going to take 3 strain.
Ugh.
But you are able to successfully shake this thing off of your tailgate.
Again.
And, well, it was roof that last time. This time tailgate. And, yeah, you are able to get this thing off. And Elianna's, right ahead of you, so she would have seen in her rear view mirror as an eagle just slams into the top of your truck. And then, it's thrown off. And then sees you. She wouldn't see the wolf, but she'd see you, swerving after that, too.
What would her reaction be?
Cayden is currently miming, just looking through a mirror, very shocked.
It's too late for this. It's too late for this.
Too late for this.
You're telling me.
Okay. But we reach the relative safety of
Excalibur.
of the strip.
Oh.
with its flashing lights and people everywhere. We're back to the strip where there's only the standard Las Vegas dangers, like, you know, the despair drinkers, the emotional vampires that like feed on despair, and
I can deal with that.
and other standard Vegas threats.
Yeah, I think we're currently okay with dealing with those right now.
We're scarier than any of the standard Vegas threats.
We've just been through something that's about 100 times scarier than the normal Vegas
I
threats.
know, I just wanted to provide emphasis on that just to show the contrast here. Like, it's not that we're in a safe place. It's just that this is a place much safer than where we were.
At this
It's
rate,
comparatively, yes,
being
much
Vegas
safer.
throw at us, that's normal.
All right.
Normal is irrelevant.
So we head to the Excalibur. Of course, Voltaire shows up first. Voltaire and Cayden, followed by Joan, and then finally Elianna and Rian.
After seeing Cayden, Rian just takes his shawl off and puts it on Cayden.
Does somebody
That's
want to
fair.
explain what's going on?
Skinwalker.
Well, the nastiest.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently a real big, nasty Native American thing is trying to, murder Cayden at
A
least.
skinwalker is a Native American witch that deals in the blackest of magics.
So, Cayden, why would a Skinwalker be trying to murder you?
You know, I usually would have an answer for that, but I currently don't really have one.
Oh.
And he turns back to Rian.
Well, to tell you all, it also attacked me, and I'm sure Elianna can definitely be a witness to that.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Wait,
Oh, great. So it's not just attacking you. It's attacking us.
It sounds like it.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay.
I was just going to say, have you go to Godmother, but I guess we're all going to visit Godmother.
Who is
I was
Godmother?
just going to say, if this place doesn't look very flammable.
that's not why we're here.
Yeah.
Just, give me a moment. We're in the right place. Just need to focus. Have any of you ever seen the opening of Away?
No.
Not while sober.
I don't know.
Well, I guess this should be an experience for you then. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a bit. Haven't done this since I ran away from Godmother, but let's.
Great.
Oh, dear.
We're going back to a godmother who you ran away from.
It's a long story.
Oh, I imagine it is, young miss.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to hear it.
That's what's real fun.
Okay,
As long as she doesn't want to kill us, I'm okay.
we'll find out. She pulls out her silver wand and draws a line in the air, and as she does, like, the line glows with silver light. And when the line touches the floor, it opens into a door that shows a very different place. You look in and you see this walkway leading to a large island shrouded by mists. On this island is a ancient castle-like layered city.
Now, this is more my speed.
It's on the middle of this like crystal clear lake covered in this rolling mist.
Yes. Why are we still standing here?
Come on, I have to hold the way open.
Oh, Voltaire, he's off. He's going.
Say,
Shotgun in hand, and he's just going.
Rian's gonna help lead Cayden through.
Cayden's gonna speak towards Elianna as he's being led through. I think you might want to watch your step in here, young miss. This isn't the friendliest of places towards your side.
Alrighty, I will. Elianna sort of wraps her robe a little. She's got like a silk robe on, and she wraps it a little bit tighter around her and goes through.
And when we walk through, the temperature immediately drops. More what you'd expect the weather to be in autumn in anywhere that isn't a burning hot desert.
Okay.
Like the autumn in England. Yes. Much cooler. Those of us who were prepping for bed probably are very cold right now.
Cayden doesn't care very
Very
much,
cold.
but yes, very
Very
cold.
Wearing Rian's shawl, so that'll give him a little bit of warmth.
Which is a shame. It was just cleaned.
At this point.
Yeah, now it's bloody. And so we walk up this walkway. When we enter in, you can see now the sky is in twilight. The sun has just set. And it's so the sky is like filled with violets and it has like that bit of orange right at the base, violet going up into darkness above. We walk onto the island and there's the trees are filled with autumn leaves, yellow, brown, orange, gold, like just this autumn array of leaves in this twilight misty isle. And waiting for us at the gate is the most beautiful woman any of you have ever seen, but not in the human way. She is over 7 feet tall and wears a gown that looks as if it was made from the twilight sky itself. There are decorations of autumn leaves along the sides, and her hair cascades down in the same colors as her gown. Her ears are pointed, and her eyes are slitted like a cat's, except they are a bright violet. She has this aura about her, this aura of conclusion. And you just almost want to bow before her, is your instinctual reaction to seeing her.
Well, except Cayden, because he can't see.
Cayden does.
Is getting this way worse than you are. Cayden is getting all of the sense, and he's about to get her voice. She looks down and smiles slightly, and her voice is a haunting song, like a song mourning the loss of a loved one and ages gone by. Ah, dearest daughter, I knew that you'd return to us.
Voltaire just turns and looks at Joan.
Yeah, Rian's kind of looking at her too right now.
And then looks back up at this 7 foot tall goddess.
And you, my faithful hound, thank you for bringing her home.
Rian just looks at Cayden and then at her too. It's like, huh?
And Joan just sighs. Everyone, this is my godmother, Morgan Le Fay.
I wonder if Zalos' ties are going to be some kind of insult later in this. Oh, Zalos' ties or something. I don't know. Some kind of expletive.
They're so perfect and pure.
I can see that.
Our new Zalos' ties.
Zalos' ties.
No, I can see Voltaire doing that more.
Voltaire has such a worshipful perspective and opinion towards those ties.
Yeah, he wouldn't use them as a curse word per se, but I could.
No, I think he would for that reason.
Oh, yeah. Because it's worshipful.
That's what people do with stuff like that.
Wait, did you guys know that we were going to start this session with combat? It sounded like you guys did.
Jonathan all but told us.
Xander said, "What should I invest in?" And Jonathan was like, "Combat."
I'm really mad because I wasn't in the room when you said that.
And you were in the
Think
bathroom.
about it, I would have told you.
Well, you were here when Jonathan said the action is going to start, right?
Yeah. It's too late now, though.
Okay. Supreme, instead of removing a difficulty die, you may remove... Frick, what is that called? What are the red dice called again? Right, challenge. This is... I know these things.